I'm all fired up, so I'm just going to shoot from the hip today. Usually I have something a little more prepared, but I just had a meeting with a couple of my friends who run businesses who are very ambitious and smart women. And what we discovered is that there's this real feeling that we're not allowed to want for more. And this is a problem I found with so many of my clients. Again, ambitious, high-achieving, smart women who still, at their core, feel like they're not allowed, quote unquote, allowed, to want more, to not feel content with what they have, that it's not okay to be ambitious. Ambition is a dirty word. It's not okay to want recognition, to want achievement, to value accomplishment, that those things aren't allowed, that it's not okay, that it makes us selfish, it makes us arrogant, makes us greedy. I hear it over and over again, and it breaks my heart. And I understand it because I've been there, and I still sometimes come up against it. But I'm finally leaning into and owning that I do value accomplishment. I do feel ambitious. I do want more. Money, sure. Praise, achievement, recognition, authority. Those are all things that are okay to want. And if that doesn't resonate with you and you truly at your core want less, that's okay. And I hear people that on the other side of this feel like it's not okay to want less, that it somehow says that they are lazy, that they aren't appreciative, that they aren't trying hard enough. If they just say, I'm okay with less, I don't need more stuff, more recognition, more praise. I'm okay with just having what I have, or even less than I have, doing less, having less, wanting less. On either end of wanting, whether you want more or you want less, it's okay. If you've been waiting for permission to want what you want, consider this permission granted. But I also want to say you never needed permission. Not mine, not anyone's. It's okay to want. You're allowed to want. In fact, as a woman in particular, wanting is a rebellious act. It's our right, and standing up for that right is actually a feminist act. And if you don't like the word feminist, then it's a rebellious act. Or it's your inherent right to want. You are allowed, you are permission granted, you are free to want. And it's okay to want, and you should want. And you're allowed to express that want. You're allowed to go after and pursue that want. You're allowed to strive for and receive and have that want, whether it's more or less. We live in a society and in a culture and a patriarchy that tells us, particularly as women, we're not allowed to want. We should just be okay and content with what we have, with what we're given. We should have gratitude. We should be selfless. We need to put others first and care for others. And I call BS on that. And I hope that you'll join me in calling BS on that. Screw that. We're allowed to want. Men are allowed to want. I don't think, and I could be wrong, that Tony Robbins or Gary Vaynerchuk or Russell Brunson or any of the other guys out there that are achieving amazing things, and good on them for doing it, are spending a lot of time wrestling internally with want. And is this okay for me to want this? Is it okay for me to go after this? Should I be allowed to pursue this? Is it wrong? Does it say something bad about me if I want more, if I go after more? I don't think men are conditioned in our society to have that internal battle. Not to say that they don't have all of their own issues, and I'm not trying to bash on men. That's not what this is about. But it's saying that unfortunately, as women, very often from an early age, we're taught to be good girls, quote unquote, good girls. That we're taught to be selfless, to care for others, to put others' needs first, to be content with what we have, to be thankful for what we're given, to not be ambitious, to not look bad by going after things. I know that we know that's not okay. And I know that as women, most of us are trying not to raise our daughters that way, or our sons. We're trying to say, hey, go after what you want. You're allowed to have what you want. You're allowed to achieve more. Yay on you for having that ambition. but we don't turn around and give ourselves that gift. Even if we may sort of outwardly say it, I can tell you with the work I've done with my clients over and over again, I have women saying to me, at my core, I don't think I'm allowed to want that. Or what does it say about me if I do want that? What does it say if one of my core values is accomplishment, achievement, recognition, authority? What does that say about me? What does it say about you? It says that that's what you want and need, and good for you if you know, for figuring that out and for going after it. That's why all these other people who are achieving are, because they've been able to give themselves that permission to say it's okay. So if you've been waiting to go after what you want, if you've been wrestling with those internal feelings of, am I allowed? Is it enough? Is it okay? What does this say about me? 1, permission granted. But 2, you never needed anyone's permission. You've always been able to do it. And now is the time to commit to yourself to say, I'm done waiting. I'm done wrestling with these feelings. I'm ready to say, screw the patriarchy, screw societal conditioning, screw all of these internal feelings. And I'm going to allow myself to want what I want. And I'm going to go after what I want. And I'm going to do it with glee. If you'd like to learn more about me and my mindset coaching, visit the link above. And as an aside, I just want you to know, if you're watching this before January 14th, you can sign up for the Gutsy Ask Challenge, where I will share helpful, practical tips on how to ask for what you want and need. And you can do that by visiting the link above. I hope this has been helpful, and if it has, I'd love it if you would share it with someone else who maybe also needs this little pep talk. Thank you, and go after what you want.